80 Best Admiration Quotes to Accept Better Things in Life. Admiration is a feeling that you get when you see someone who is superior to you or someone who is better than you in some ways. Find here the collection of some best inspirational admiration quotes that will help you to admire the person who is better than you. What is admiration? Admiration is the feeling of admiring someone or something. 1. According to Wikipedia, appreciation is a social emotion felt by observing a specified ability, talent, or skill of a specified person. We can call it praise or respect. These people also become our role models. The below admiration quotes will inspire you to make your life better by admiring better things in life. You can also read other motivational quotes on alienation, attraction, arrogance, and amusement. Let's read the collection of best admiration quotes. 1. A conservative is one who admires radicals centuries after they're dead. Leo Rostin. 2. A great many people confuse attention with admiration. They think a stunt is an achievement and misbehavior a declaration of independence. Abhijit Nuskar. 3. A hero is someone we can admire without apology. Kitty Kelly. 4. A starry night moon looks at you with admiration because in her eyes you are a star. Debsi Shmrida. 5. Admiration is the feeling you get when you find that someone is superior to you, or someone is better than you in certain ways. Dr. Prem Jigyasi. 6. Admiration, our feeling of delight that another person resembles us. Evan Izar. 7. Admirations are never paid in any way. Try to make yourself of what you admire, and it will pay you with originality. Alec Ice. 8. Admire the efforts of a failure like you admire the beauty of a sunset. Amit Kalantri. 9. Admiring a creative soul at work is almost as satisfying as making your own paintings. E.A. Bucchianeri. 10. All children should be taught to unconditionally accept, approve, admire, appreciate, forgive, trust, and ultimately love their own person. Asa Dawn Brown. 11. All this is only for the mice and me to admire. Catherine the Great. 12. Appreciate the creation, respect the creator of it, and admire the source of all creativity. T.F. Hodge. 13. Art is the greatest opportunity to admire the human mind. Mehmet Murat Ilden. 14. Developing a relationship with someone you admire, who can encourage you to reach your full potential, is something that everyone can benefit from. Mandy Moore. 15. Don't get me wrong, I admire elegance and have an appreciation of the finer things in life. But to me, beauty lies in simplicity. Mark Hyman. 16. Don't overestimate yourself because of compliments and don't underestimate yourself because of criticism. Amit Kalantri. 17. Each person you admire is simply a reminder of your own latent excellence, your own unacknowledged beauty. Veronica Tugaleva. 18. Example has more followers than reason. We unconsciously imitate what pleases us and approximate to the characters we most admire. Christian Nestle Bovey. 19. Fools admire, but men of sense approve. Alexander Pope. 20. Have you ever felt the longing for someone you could admire? For something not to look down at, but up to? Ayn Rand. 21. I admire a person who, for the love of art, is able to take off their clothes in front of a camera. But I'm not capable, I'm too cowardly for that. Shakira. 22. I admire honesty more than any other trait. Jerry Reinsdorf. 23. I admire my father greatly. Kojo Annan. Inspirational admiring quotes. 24. I admire people who are, by nature, kind and fair to others. Sidney Sheldon. 25. I admire people who dare to take the language English and understand it and understand the melody. Maya Angelou. 26. I admire rugged hard men who play rugby because it's something I would never contemplate. Chris Eubank Sr. 27. I am thankful I can see much to admire in all religions. Alfred Russel Wallace. 28. I can't think of anyone I admire who isn't fueled by self-doubt. It's an essential ingredient. It's the grit in the oyster. Richard Eyre. 29. I don't admire the person who does what they want to do. I admire the person who does what they're afraid to do. Donna Lynn Hope. 30. I don't pity any man who does hard work worth doing. I admire him. I pity the creature who does not work, at whichever end of the social scale he may regard himself as being. Theodore Roosevelt. 31. I don't really admire musicianship per se, as is obvious from my own playing. Lemmy. 32. I don't think there's any better education than learning the intimate details of the lives of people who you most admire. Brandon Stanton. 33. I have no idols. I admire work, dedication, and competence. Ayrton Senna. 34. I like a woman that's capable and at the same time feminine. I admire tomboy qualities, but with a feminine touch. Paul Walker. 35. I like to work with people that I like hanging out with, that I admire, that is really smart and talented, and we can problem solve together. Tom Cruise. 36. I never admire another's fortune so much that I became dissatisfied with my own. Marcus Tullius Cicero. 37. I really admire a woman for her intelligence, her personality. Beauty is not enough. Roberto Cavalli. 38. I want to be very close to someone I respect and admire and have somebody who feels the same way about me. Richard Bach. 39. I went through all the musicians in my life who I admire as bright, intelligent, virtuosic players. David Bowie. 40. I'm just trying to find a good project. Work with a good director, someone I really admire. Find a good role. Logan Lerman. 41. I've met some incredible people who I really admire. Taron Egerton. 42. If thou art a man, admire those who attempt great things, even though they fail. Lucius Annaeus Seneca. 43. If you are going down with dignity, you will be admired as if you are going up. Mehmet Murat İlden. 44. Instead of worrying about what people say of you, why not spend time trying to accomplish something they will admire? Dale Carnegie. Best quotes about admiration. 45. It is a pleasurable thing to earn the admiration of others, but it is a far better feeling to honestly admire thyself. Rochelle E. Goodrich. 46. It is only an auctioneer who can equally and impartially admire all schools of art. Oscar Wilde. 47. Love is an admiration that comes with patience. Lust is an admiration that comes with impatience. In all, admiration is common, but patience is not. Israel Moore Ivor. 48. Not only the artist watches his art with admiration, but his art also watches his artist with admiration. Mehmet Murat İlden. 49. Occasional criticism is better than the constant admiration. Amit Kalantri. 50. Passion is a quality I admire in a woman. Kate Blanchett. 51. People fall in love with you not because they admire you, it is because they found their desires inside of you. Debsi Shmrida. 52. Respect cannot be inherited. Respect is the result of right actions. Amit Kalantri. 53. Stop admiring and appreciating people so that they may realize your worth. Amit Abraham. 54. Talent is an art of gaining admiration. Mehmet Murat İlden. 55. Tell me who admires and loves you, and I will tell you who you are. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. 56. The concept of power we admire is power over someone else. Jackson Katz. 57. The effect of studying masterpieces is to make me admire and do otherwise. Gerard Manley Hopkins. 58. The more I see of the representatives of the people, the more I admire my dogs. Alphonse de Lamartine. 59. The movies we love and admire are to some extent a function of who we are when we see them. Mary Schmitz. 60. The one who loves power becomes dictator and one who admires power becomes a slave. Amit Kalantri. 61. The only difference between you and the person you admire is their perspective on life. Shannon L. Alder. 62. The only things one can admire at length are that one admires without knowing why. Eleanor Roosevelt. 63. The person who is openly loved by someone who is admired by so many people is bound to draw the envy, if not the hatred, of others. Elif Shafak. 64. The qualities I most admire in women are confidence and kindness. Oscar de la Renta. 65. The secret of happiness is to admire without desiring. And that is not happiness. F. H. Bradley. Quotes about admiring new things in life. 66. The secret of happiness is to admire without desiring. Carl Sandburg. 67. The very least you can do in your life is to figure out what you hope for. And the most you can do is live inside that hope. Not admire it from a distance, but live right in it, under its roof. Barbara Kingsolver. 68. The way to self-love and admiration is to behave like someone whom you love and admire. Aspen Matisse. 69. There is in true beauty, as in courage, something which narrow souls cannot dare to admire. William Congreve. 70. Until you have cultivated the habit of saying some kind word of those whom you do not admire, you will be neither successful nor happy. Napoleon Hill. 71. We all admire the wisdom of people who come to us for advice. Arthur Helps. 72. We always love those who admire us, but we do not always love those whom we admire. François de la Rochefoucauld. 73. We can all learn something from people we admire. Chris Gardner. 74. We spend so much wasted energy trying to be as impressive as those we admire, failing to grasp how impressive we already are to those who quietly admire us. Rochelle E. Goodrich. 75. We tend to become like those whom we admire. Thomas S. de Monson. 76. When I admire the wonders of a sunset or the beauty of the moon, my soul expands in the worship of the Creator. Mahatma Gandhi. 77. When you go to the mountains, you see them and you admire them. In a sense, they give you a challenge, and you try to express that challenge by climbing them. Edmund Hillary. 78. Whenever you argue with another wiser than yourself in order that others may admire your wisdom, they will discover your ignorance. Sadi. 79. You always admire what you really don't understand. Blaise Pascal. 80. You will always be left with how you feel about other people if you don't just take in the way you think and tell them how you feel about them. Alec Ice. We hope you liked the above best admiration quotes. Do not forget to mention your favorite line in the comment box below.